Hey everybody, it's Kate, the West Coast Paper Crafter. It is Monday, June 10th, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time if you're not on the west coast of Canada like I am. I'm joining you today from my kitchen table in my home in Isuk. And tonight I am really excited to share with you a super easy blending technique that I've seen done for a long time, but I've never done it myself, and I don't know why I haven't done it, because it's really easy and it's really fun. But over the weekend, I was lucky enough to be part of a big craft event that was hosted by my upline, Sue Phillip, and some of her Stampin' Sisters, who put on an event a couple times a year for their team, and all the leaders put on some presentations, and this one was done by Glenda Mollett. I hope I'm saying that right, Glenda. And her Facebook page is In My Craft Room, Stamping with Glenda, and she's from Port Alberni on the island, but she demonstrated this technique, and I'm like, why haven't I been doing it? I should be doing it all the time. It's so easy. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to get started. So close your eyes, because I'm just flipping my iPhone over in its stand, so it's not a smooth transition. All right, so I'm just going to maneuver my phone so I can, so you can see what I'm doing. And I got some happy mail today that I thought I would quickly share with you guys because I'm really excited about it. I have a friend who, she is, I don't know if it's a consultant or demonstrator, I don't know what they're called, but, oh, stylist. She's a stylist with Color Street, and I've been getting some nail strips from her to match some of my cards, which is super fun. Anyway, she told me that they have a subscription box, and I really love Paper Pumpkin subscription boxes, so I thought I would give this a try, and I'm probably hooked, but I'll let you see what's in it. I just got it today. Hey Shannon, thanks for tuning in. Hello, my friend Karen with the K, nice to see you. So this came in the mail today. It was pretty exciting. So I got 5 sets of nail strips in all sorts of colors. I don't even know which one's my favorite yet. So I have my nails prepped and ready to put on some new nail strips tonight. I just ran out of time, and I didn't get these nail strips on before the live started. So one of these will be going on my fingers tonight. And then it also came with this super cute little box with these colorful earrings. How adorable is that? And I am really conservative with my earrings. I typically only wear small silver hoops, but I'm tempted to rock these tomorrow because they're nice and lightweight, which I really like. And of course, they're going to match my nails. So that was my fun, happy mail today. And now you know a little something about me. I am really into subscription boxes. So thank you to my friend Sherry Ann with Nails on the Run, Sherry Ann, for telling me about this super cool subscription box, because how fun is that? So if you want in on subscription boxes, I got a lead. If you like doing your nails, and if you haven't tried nail strips before, they're pretty easy. All right, I digress. I'm putting in a plug for Color Street because I really like getting happy mail, so that made me so happy when I came home today. So today's project, the pieces are so simple. Basic white card base, and I just use the regular basic white only because I don't have any thick basic white, which means I will need to add some layers to the inside, because the basic white, I'm sure most of you have noticed, is pretty flimsy. It doesn't have the same density, I guess, as our colored cardstock. So I like to definitely add layers when I make cards with basic white. Hey Carolyn, thanks for tuning in. Hello Marianne. And then I also have layers for the front. So the Petunia Pop is 5 1/4 by 4. And then my basic white is 3 3/4 by 5. So those are my pieces. I'm going to keep one piece of the basic white out, and I have got this Post-it tape. So you can use Post-it tape. You can use, if you have the really big Post-it notes, you could use Post-it notes. I have some really big Post-it notes, but I should have brought them out to show you guys, but I don't want to step away from the camera. But you could use big Post-it notes. You could buy the masking paper from Stampin' Up. But I like this Post-it tape. I have a feeling painter's tape would work too, but I haven't tried that. So I'm just going to get a piece long enough that I'm going to be able to stick it down, and then I'm going to rip it, or at least I'm going to rip a little bit of the edge off, and I'm going to go back and forth because I don't want a straight edge. I want a rough edge. So I'm not going to tear straight down. All right, so I'd like to be thrifty and use this piece, but it's not going to be wide enough, so it's just going to get sacrificed. Now I'm using my glass mat to line up my paper with the grid, and I'm going to place my masking tape just on the edge. So I'm going to have about maybe a little more than 1/4 of an inch of white on the edge of that masking tape. And then I'm pushing it down so it's going to stick, the paper's going to stick to my glass mat and it's not going to move around. Glenda had put a piece of Stampin' Seal on the back of her paper so it didn't move around, but this Post-it tape does the trick as well. So same thing with this piece. I'm just ripping the edge off and I'm going back and forth. Oops, I did that a little bit more than I wanted to. Oh, rats. All right, I'm going to start over. That's okay. I got enough Post-it tape, but I should probably order some more. All right, let's try this again. I'll try not to rip this one in half. So some of you who are joining me tonight who are on my team, this will be old news for you because you probably saw Glenda's demonstration when she did this on Saturday. But my mind is blown that I've never tried it. All right, so same thing. I am going to layer this about 1/4 of an inch in. And I'm using my grid to help me evenly place it. And then I'm just going to smooth that tape down and my paper is held in place. So I've got 3 colors: Peach Pie, Summer Splash, and Petunia Pop. And I'm going to start with Petunia Pop. And another thing that Glenda demonstrated that I've never done was when she uses her blending brushes, she picks up ink on her ink pad and then she smooths it out on the ink case, which I've always done on scrap paper. But this way, it's so clever because you're not wasting any ink and you can pick up more ink when you need it. So, smart. I learned something new. All right, so I'm gonna start from the bottom in Petunia Pop, and I'm going to be mindful of my masking tape because I don't wanna go over it. So I'm using light pressure, and if I want it darker, I am going to press down a little bit harder. And if I still want it darker, then I'm just going to pick up a little bit more ink. But I like it just where it's at right now, so I don't think I need to do much more. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink for my inside layer. We'll leave that there. And now I'm going to switch to my top color, which will be the Summer Splash. All right, so same thing. I'm just picking up a little bit of ink, and then I'm smoothing it out in the cover of my ink pad, and then I'm going to start just light pressure on the top of this white cardstock, and if I want it darker, I'm going to press down a little bit harder, and if it's not dark enough, I'm just going to pick up some more color. So just like so. All right, now the middle layer will be the Peach Pie. So you can see how quickly this is coming together. It's really simple. So this one, I want to blend my peach into the Summer Splash and blend it into the Petunia Pop at the bottom. So I am just blending over the blue, and then I'm blending down into the Petunia Pop. And I'm just going to blend it until I have the shade I want. And you can go lighter, you can go darker, whatever makes you happy. I think I need a little more peach. All right, that's good. Okay. And now I'm just going to gently peel off my Post-it note tape, and I can just put these aside on my glass mat, and I'll use them for another project because they stay sticky, at least for a few goes. Hey Kathy, thanks for tuning in. It is pretty, and thank you. I don't remember, I think Glenda might have demonstrated these colors themselves as well in one of her samples, maybe, I don't remember. Anyway, let me lift this up a little bit closer, but isn't that neat? It's so pretty. To me, it looks like a watercolor, and I know I'm not that fancy to do watercolor. So the next thing I'm going to do is add some images, and I'm just going to go black. And I've got the hummingbird from Thoughtful Expressions. Now this bird's a little bit bigger, so instead of like tapping stamp side down into the ink when I have a bigger stamp, I just like to put the stamp down and then I put the ink directly on the stamp. And for those of you who've been watching me for a while, you know that I like to twist a little on my black and then tap it out to smooth it up. I just think that works better. All right, so I'm going to add the hummingbird in the middle. Like that. Get that out of the way. And then I've also got some of the little flowers from that set as well. And I'm going to put these just underneath the hummingbird's beak. And I have the sentiment, enjoy your day, from the same stamp set. Sorry, you might have heard that door. It's a little bit loud, but my husband just came in the house, and when the door shuts, it's pretty loud. And I'm going to put the sentiment right in the top because that's where I've got room for it. I'm going to put that aside. Well, first I'm going to show you up close. Isn't that pretty? It just turns out so nice. So, oops, I think this, oh, I got black ink on it. Well, it wouldn't be a card by Kate if I didn't make some mistakes. So, yes, I dropped it on the lid of my ink pad. I have a little bit of black, but that's okay. It's not ruining the card. And if it really bothered me, I could flip it over and try again, but it doesn't bother me that much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add a little bit of color to the bottom corner of my inside layer. And I do this for two reasons. I like to add something to the inside of my cards, but I also like the idea of taking off a little more of that ink before I wash out my blending brushes. Thanks, Karen. I think it's really pretty myself. Flaws and all. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit to the inside. I'm going to stamp the flowers in the corner. I'm going to close up my ink pad so I don't get any more ink anywhere else. I'm just going to give my mat a quick wipe to get the black ink off. And I think I'm good to go. So now I'm just going to glue these layers down and glue them onto the card base. So while I'm doing that, I've had a really lucky week. I got my Happy Mail craft box today, or not craft box, Color Street nail box today. So I'm going to put on some fancy new nail strips tonight. I'm looking forward to that. My friend Carolyn gave my son and I a really cool craft project from the Broken Islands, which we're going to put together on the weekend. And then I'll show you the finished product. It's so cool. And even my husband thinks it's pretty cool. And trust me when I tell you, my husband does not care about crafts. But thank you, Carolyn. Even Mike likes it. So that's, you know, a special feat in itself. All right, scribbling on my glue. And oh, and then I also got some happy mail from Lisa today. She sent me a little card, and she also included 3 cards from one of last summer's paper pumpkins that I was telling her that I ended up skipping that one, and then I had regret. I had the FOMO. So I never ended up getting that really fun paper pumpkin, and I'll show you the cards. I have them somewhere on my desk. So she sent me 3 of them, and I thought that was really sweet. So thank you, Lisa. I got your cards today, and you did an excellent job on that Tricky W fold. And they are super cute. All right, so again, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just going to add this to the front of my card base with some glue. No dimensionals, no ribbon, but I probably will add a little bit of bling. And same thing with the inside. I'm just going to glue this layer down. I might be the layer queen. I love layers on my cards. And I know our cardstock went up in price, and I should find ways to maybe not spend so much money, but I really like adding layers. That's probably why I never buy the thick basic white, because I'm still gonna wanna add layers on the inside of that anyway. Okay, yes, I do wanna do some bling. I've got some in color shimmer gems. I've got 3 Petunia Pop left over, which is exactly what I want. And I'm just going to add those onto the card front. Too bad I couldn't put them in places to cover up all that black ink, but that's okay. It's funny, right, when we make little mistakes with our cards, that we see the mistakes and the flaws, but whoever you send the card to, they're really unlikely to even notice. I guess we're our own hardest critics, right? So this is it. Super easy blending technique. I am going to be doing this a lot. I love it. So this one was with Thoughtful Expressions, and I did a sample one with the Stippled Roses stamps that I had to think about the name of that stamp set. This one is Stippled Roses, and then I did the border in the Peach Pie. So I like them both. I'm not even too sure if I have a favorite between the two. But if you do have a favorite, tell me which one you like the most, the hummingbird or the roses. I love them. Oh, yes, before, where did I put those cards? The paper pumpkin that Lisa had sent me because I told her I had missed out. So this is the W fold. I don't know if you can quite tell, but it's a complicated one to fold up. And this has got a little crab hiding in the sand, and he's holding the sentiment. So cute, a little starfish. And then this one, Sending an Ocean of Love. I love the colors in the background in this sailboat. It's very Hawaii. And then this is the third one. So that was a paper pumpkin last summer. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I've had a lucky week. Oh, and one last thing before I go. June 14th is the registration cutoff for the Seaside Wishes card class at home. If you are in Canada and you want to try out one of my card classes at home, just shoot me a message or comment that you'd like the link, and I'll send you the link for the class. So the class is $45. You get $25 in Stampin' Up! Goodies. you get 4 card projects. So everything is cut, scored, embossed, die cut, ready for you to assemble. And you will also get a printable PDF tutorial for the card projects that you can keep forever, and access to the video tutorials as well. So registration again is June 14th if you're interested, and unfortunately you do have to be in Canada for this class. But if you're in Canada and you want to give it a try, just let me know and I'll send you the link. And it's super easy. You can register and pay right from the link. So that's coming, and I'll give you a sneak peek. I don't want to show you the whole project. So really quickly, I'll give you a sneak peek of the projects that will be in the class, but not all of it. I'm going to cover up some of it. And that's it. That's my sneak peek. I'm going to flip my camera around because I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to chit chat about. I feel like I've been pretty chatty for the last 20 minutes while we've been making that card. But for those of you who tuned in live for Facebook tonight, thank you for taking time out of your evening to watch and see what I'm up to. And I hope you craft along with me. Show me what you make if you do. I love seeing what you come up with. And if you're watching me on replay, either Facebook or YouTube, say hello, tell me where you're from. Let me know what you think of tonight's projects. Anyway, everybody have a lovely night, and I will see you, I was going to say next Monday, but my in-laws are coming down, so I'm going to bump my live up to probably Sunday. So stay tuned. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for the next 2 lives, just because I can't do a live when I've got company. It'll be too chaotic. So anyway, I'll see everybody later, and I'll chat with you all soon.